in a residential area.
The following thoughts on Happy Hour do not represent Cox Media Group or its sponsoring. Anything you hear may and will be used against you. Thank you. The 2015 recipient of the Best Local Podcast by the Creative Loafing of Tampa. You are tuned in to Happy Hour, syndicated on IRN and heard around the world on the Happy Radio app. From Chicago to Cleveland to Tampa Bay, you are plugged into Happy Hour.
What's up? This is Happy Hour. I am your host, Ryan Hoppe. For the next hour, my goal in life is to change the way you think about things. For the next hour, I want my opinions and my rants to broaden your horizon. And now Happy Hour is an open discussion, so I want to hear from you guys. It's not hard to call me. Pick up your phone. Call me at 856-49-HOPPE. That's 856-49-HOPPE. Or maybe you're shy, but you want to get into contact with me. Trust me, it's not hard. Tweet at me at Ryan Hoppe Radio. And you can also listen to me via the Happy Radio app. And there's a chat feature on there, HOPPE Radio. And that is in the Google Play and iPhone shop. Also, if you're listening on demand and you want to give your take on what I've said, again, it's not hard. Ryan Hoppe Radio at gmail.com. We have so much to get into. So when all phone lines are open, that's when you call me. All right. It's very weird, and I'm going to say this without coming off negative. I'm going to say this without trying to be rude, but it's funny how when there's like a natural thing with Mother Nature, if it's a hurricane or a tornado, or the same thing happens whenever you get into a car crash or somebody dies, all of a sudden you begin hearing from people you haven't spoken to in 5 years. Like, it's very flattering. I'm glad people are wondering if Hurricane Matthew has hit the Tampa Bay area where I do this show and where I live. But it's just funny because I took a nap today and I had no messages. Then I woke up and all of a sudden people from high school and people I haven't spoke to in years are like, "Are you safe?" It's very, very flattering. I just thought it was funny because I see this headline here. And man, it's like people don't want to learn from Hurricane Katrina. Hurricane Katrina literally is the representation of everything that could have possibly gone wrong. Everybody blames George Bush, and deservedly so. But there also was the mayor who went to jail, or prison rather, and he's spending 15 years for being a corrupt piece of crap. So everything could have gone wrong with that city. That city was basically underwater. Oh, and none of the residents wanted to leave. And I see this from the New York Post. Seems like 11 years later, we haven't learned our lesson. I'm not saying that I'm a meteorologist, that I can predict whether it's going to hit West Palm Beach and whether it'll reach the west side of Florida where I live. I'm just saying, when I read the headline that says some Floridians are throwing parties while others evacuate and have decided not to leave their house, you're asking to die. You're literally saying, if it hits us, I'm just going to drink and smoke and maybe snort away and party, not try and save my life. Jesus Christ. It says here, defiant Florida residents hunker down in their homes and RVs despite a mandatory evacuation order on Thursday as Hurricane Matthew hammered the Sunshine area after it hit landfall in Haiti that killed 140 people. And I've spoken to many people here in Florida that know about hurricane parties, and they're like, yeah, it's great. It's raining and storming outside, but we're getting effed up. Yeah. What I don't get is this. If it's like a tropical rain party where it's thundering and it's lightning and it's windy out, then I get it. You can't go anywhere. It's pouring rain. You might as well party. But a hurricane party is moronic, especially if the hurricane's coming towards you and you are so defiant about partying and not trying to save your life. You're literally saying, I want to die today. Think about it this way. It usually hurricanes One happens maybe 4 or 5 times a year maximum. There are 365 days in the year. That's just 5 days less that you don't get to party. You have more than 350 days that you can party whenever you want. Why are you so into the idea of having to party during a hurricane? You come off like a moronic Floridian that embarrasses this area. And I'm not here saying I'm from Florida. I'm from the Midwest. I'm just saying, when we're making national news that people are so defiant about not leaving their house, come on. Here's what the resident of Cape Canaveral, Josh Long, who was interviewed, said. There's always tremendous buildup, and then it's no more than just rain. And he lives in Cape Canaveral, where residents were ordered to leave. The same thing happened, I believe, with Hurricane Katrina and Hurricane Charles in 2004. A lot of these tropical storms first begin where it might get bad, because we can't predict what Mother Nature is going to do. So when you're not leaving your place, Josh Long of Cape Canaveral, because you want to party, you're not a very smart person. If the National Weather Service and the cops and whoever is saying, Josh Long, leave Cape Canaveral, get the hell out of there. What are you partying for? Oh, wow, you're going to get hungover and maybe laid. There's plenty of days to do that. Get the hell out. I don't want to see the death toll be up because people just didn't want to leave their apartment. Brushing off the Category 4 hurricane is hype. He says that he saw no need to leave his RV. He has no need to leave his RV. If it was like a really big house where it's planted into the ground, or you're in an apartment building, you're on the 15th floor, then I would maybe get it. But you're in a mobile home. That is exactly how the wind is going to affect houses. We see it all the time. In that tornado 3-4 years ago in Tulsa, the mobile home communities got hit horrendously. If you're so bent on having to party and not get out, I don't want anybody to die. But you're literally saying, God, if you're real, take me today. Here's what he said, because he's such a weatherman, Josh Long of Cape Canaveral. I'm not anticipating that much damage. And he says he's going to ride it out because he's been through a decade of these and nothing ever happens. Okay, dude, who's going to be our future president? Who's going to be our future president in 2020? If you are such a guy that can read the future and you know for sure that nothing's going to hit Cape Canaveral on the east coast of Florida and that you are completely fine, Josh Long of Cape Canaveral could be the psychic. When will I get married? When will I maybe have success in radio? If you're so smart and you're so confident on the fact that nothing is going to happen, you need to start being a psychic, man. You're so awesome, dude. On Thursday morning, Florida Governor Rick Scott warned more than 1.5 million residents to find shelter. And he said, this will kill you. Leave. Get out. When the governor of Florida says, I want you safe, this will kill you, that doesn't mean it's time to pop ecstasy and party in your mobile home like a moron. You have plenty of days to do that. I love this too. Vanilla Ice, who, when I think of rappers that are smart, and I think of people that have a lot going on with their life, the first person I think of is Vanilla Ice. He tweets out, this hurricane is serious and coming right at me. I'm going to ride it out, yo. My God. Here's another tweet from T.S. Sips. They have a bunch of tweets that they got the New York Post that they have quoted in here. This is from a guy named T. Sips on Twitter. My sis is right on the east coast of Florida and she won't evacuate. I'm so worried for her. Here's another one for More About Beauty. My dad is refusing to leave this house. He's like 10 miles from the river. This is so aggravating. And I get the idea that these might be homes that they have lived in for 30 years and they don't want to admit that they need to get out of their comfort zone and maybe go to a shelter for a few nights and they don't like the idea that they might lose all their possessions. But dude, guys, at the end of the day, what's in your house is temporary. Losing your life is permanent. I'm just saying, I don't get this idea where we think we're better than Mother Nature. CNN, Fox News, MSNBC, all the local news networks here in Florida, Bay News 9, WFLA, WTSP, we need to have a public service announcement where you just show everything that happened 11 years ago in Hurricane Katrina, and you go, this could be you if you don't evacuate your home when they say, get the F out. And when Rick Scott is saying, it will kill you. Here's what one person tweeted. This hurricane is going to be serious, and it's coming right at me. I'm going to ride it out, yo. YOLO. If he ends up dying, he literally predicted it in his tweet. He's going to ride it out, and you do live once. There you go. It says here, Florida highways were clogged with cars. Oh, my God. US 19 was a nightmare today. Oh, and everybody thinks I'm a douche for doing it, but I have to take those selfies where I'm just bored on US 19 because nobody knows how to drive on US 19. Nobody knows. And if you're listening in Chicago or Cleveland and you're not aware, US 19 is basically like putting your key in your ignition, going down the highway and saying to God, will I live today? Nobody knows how to merge. Everybody tailgates you. You have motorcycles, and I'm always a defendant of motorcyclists, but you have them swerving through the lanes like it's Los Angeles. US 19 is literally a moronic parking lot during traffic. So, of course, I had to take my little selfie on Snapchat at Hoppe Radio because it was clogged today. The highway was ridiculous. Oh, my God. There's going to be 140 miles per hour of winds. But whatever. Let's ride it out. YOLO. Pass the ecstasy. Maybe I'll go from 0 to 140. Yeah. Here's what one person said. David Mayers of Daytona Beach. He was busy boarding up his cuisine, the Cruisin' Cafe, on Thursday, and he says he was having a hard time finding enough plywood. We're not going to take any chances on this one. Wow, that's a smart person. Here's what he said. I have the feeling that this one is the one that's going to make Daytona realize that we need to get ready for these hurricanes. A lot of people here, they laugh, and they've been through it before, and they're not worried. But I think this is going to be the one that gives us a wake-up call. Man, is he literally saying, please, can this area get affected so we learn our lesson? That's how bad it is in Florida. That he's literally saying, a dude that has lived in Florida forever is saying, I want something bad to happen so we learn our lesson. That's how moronic we are being here in Florida. Here's what the guy went on to say. Here's the problem. You don't evacuate. It gets bad. Now you decide, now I want to evacuate. It's too late. You call 911. You want to get rescued. We can't come for you. It's too dangerous. That's what happens. When your whole block is flooded and trees are going down all the time and there's blockage and they can't get through, that's when you're crap out of luck and you should have got the hell out of there. The National Hurricane Center predicted potentially dangerous impacts, saying hurricane conditions were expected on Thursday night. Disney World closed today at 5, and thousands of flights in Florida were thousands of flights to Florida were canceled. Oh man, I would not want to be at the airport right now. It's sort of like when I went home for Christmas back in December for like a nice reunion with the family and friends in Chicago. And I was so ready to get back to Tampa. I was so sick of the cold weather in Chicago. I was so sick of everything. And then the greatest thing happens. There's 2 inches of snow, and everybody freaks out at O'Hare, and they cancel all flights. So I had to be in Chicago for 3 to 4 more days. Now, granted, I got to hang out with my mom and my friends more, so it wasn't that bad, but I just wanted to get back home. So I can only feel the pressure that people must be feeling if they're trying to commute to Florida and Mother Nature's being a bitch. Because, oh my God, when this happens and there's a complete cancellation at an airport, it is one of the most stressful and fearful things you can ever do. Now, I'm an awkward guy, and I put it on myself by the decisions I make and how I react in social situations. But I was so anxious when I was at O'Hare Airport back in December when all flights were canceled, because you see people freaking out at the employers as if they're Mother Nature, and you see people yelling on the phone. My thing was, if we're going to be here for a while, go on Wi-Fi, watch some Netflix. Everybody was freaking out at the airport. So a word to the wise. If you're listening to Happy Hour live and you're on the way to the airport and you're going back, you missed out on madness. Or maybe you're listening live and you're at an airport and your plane got canceled, especially if you're in Florida. Take a deep breath. Everything will be okay. Here's a positive. You're not dead. Call the show. 856-49-HOPPY. That's 856-49-HOPPY. Tweet at me at Ryan Hoppe Radio. And if you have the Hoppe Radio app and you Google Play an iPhone shop, all you gotta do is search up Hoppe Radio, Hoppe Radio. And there, when I'm doing the show live, like right now, you can chat me and you can listen anywhere in the world. So I'm a big fan of that feature as well. All right, here's the deal. We're gonna come back and talk about some more things in the news. I'm gonna catch up and read all the comments in the Hoppe TV section. After this.
Happy hour.
Let's go, man. Playing, boy. What you saying, boy? LP, bogus boy. Got this level. Yeah. Rap don't work. Back to the project. What's the bank soda slaving over that project? I still gotta make quota, so now I'm back to doing what I was doing before I even knew how to rap. What was that? Follow you round, find out where you hide it at. Okay, tell you walk, turn around, make you blast. That's right. Matter of fact, tell whoever you plug with, tell them try to catch me, I get on some stick up shit. I say it's a gold, running your crib, lay you on the floor, put the pole in your rib, like you know what it is, homie, open that safe. You either lower that quick or catch a hole in your face. See, around the way I'm known for doing home and fame, all types of grimy licks, nigga, you name it. South business, gotta get it, pimping, I'm about money. That's what'll happen if this rapping shit don't work out for me. Rap don't work, it's back to the block. I'm in the kitchen, nigga cooking the rocks. We make it pop. I'm good with the pop. Now what it do? We ready to rock. I keep the faith on my mind. Stay on the grind. You never catch a hustler struggling, that's out of line. I'm steady flipping zippers, you flipping dimes. And I bet you ain't with a chopper, ain't decisive in mine. Still cock and squeeze, I ain't gonna talk about it. I treat this money like the fop and never leave without it. Yeah, if you got it, and I'm feeling like I want it bad, I stick his ass up fast for that little cash. Give it up. You want it done right, better do it yourself. The more mix you hit it with, the quicker it melt. I'm in the telly with some baggies in the digital. County in the back, mixing up the chemicals. Yeah, if raps don't work and niggas still gotta eat. You wanna be Big Ruger, keep a lot of heat. Yeah.
I'll be back in about 3 minutes, so hang on.
Show money, blow money, yeah, of the week. Rap don't work, it's back to the block. In the kitchen, nigga cooking the rocks. We make it pop. I'm good with the pop. Now what it do? We ready to rock. If rap don't work, I ain't finna trip. I'ma take it to the block and chop another zip. That rat sitting back watching Dro tip. $100 bills busting out the money clip. Another hit, check the spins on the BDS. I'm a star and they ain't see me on the TV yet. Even if it's wet, I'ma make it flip. Rap don't work, it's back out of town taking trips.
Hey, Mooney, I see you got your buzz up, but if rapping don't work for you, what you gonna do?
Back to the block, baby.
Yeah, you had it.
It's back to the block.
I'm in the kitchen, nigga, cooking up rocks. We make it pop. Syndicated on IRN and heard around the world on the Hoppe Radio app. You tuned in to Hoppe Hour. From Chicago to Cleveland to Tampa Bay, you are plugged into Hoppe Hour.
All right, welcome back to Hoppe Hour. I am your host, Ryan Hoppe. The phone lines are open. So that means you can give me a call and I will answer it. I can't guarantee I'll talk to you long, but hey, call me, 856-49-HOPPE. That's 856-49-HOPPE, or tweet me at Ryan Hoppe Radio. Or get the Hoppe Radio app in the Google Play and iPhone shop by searching up Hoppe Radio, Hoppe Radio. And if you want to email me on demand, it's ryanhopperadio@gmail.com. Oh man, you would think that with everything going on, shootings left and right, the economy isn't very good. We have two dirtbags running for president. We have ISIS trying to kill us. We have a hurricane going on right now. Things aren't great. You would think that Americans would be past their fake outrage of Christmas decorations being up early. But it seems like everybody has to bitch about something, and when there's something that's sort of positive right in front of us, you have to complain about it. But first, I gotta play you my favorite Christmas song. Yeah! Christmas, I gave you my heart. Yeah! Love this song. George Michael, sing your heart out, bro. All right. We have a call on Hoppe Hour. Hoppe Hour, who's this?
It's my name is Zach.
What's up? What do you have to say?
What's up? Long time listener, first time caller.
Yeah, man, thank you. I appreciate it. What's on your mind?
No problem, dude. I was just watching you on Facebook Live. I wanted to call and ask you why you're dressed like a frat guy from University of Phoenix right now.
I don't know. I just felt like dressing like this right now. I was in a good mood. It's very warm outside, and maybe I do look like a frat boy from the University of Phoenix. But you have to remember that I didn't really go to a university. I went to a radio trade school, and then I worked in Cleveland. So maybe it's me trying to feel important for once. You know what I mean?
I never would have guessed that you didn't go to college by your lack of vocab.
All right, thank you, sir. I hope you have a great night, and I appreciate the call. What I love, we got to get the Christmas music back on to cheer up the mood. Yeah. What I love is that dude took the time out of his day. He's either a fan of me or he's not. Either way. He goes on his phone and he goes, Hoppe kind of looks like a douche wearing his tank top today, even though Hoppe felt like wearing what's in his, wardrobe. So he goes, I'm going to take the time of day to unlock my phone and then put in 856-49-Hoppe because I have nothing else going on. And then I'm going to wait for him to answer me. Then I'm going to begin the call by being friendly, but then I'll put a one-liner, a little zinger in there, that he looks like a frat boy from the University of Phoenix, an online school. And then I'll get him and rip into his vocab. Wow. Once again, I appreciate the phone call. But as I was saying, it seems like we always need to find something to complain about. It seems like every single day we're offended by something. And with all the major issues going on right now, maybe it's just me, but it seems like the idea that Christmas is around early this year isn't that big of a deal. I know it's there for sales, and I know it's there because they want to make money, and it's very commercialized. But have you ever thought about going to Walmart, Target, wherever you see the display, and maybe actually appreciating the moment that you're going to survive another Christmas season and not be dead, and that it's actually supposed to be a happy holiday, and that there's really nothing negative about giving presents to kids and having good food on Christmas, and that it's a reminder that you're going to be with your family in 2 months. Did you ever think about that? Or are we so uptight that we need to bitch about each and everything, and we can't appreciate everything? But then we sit back and go, why are Americans so unhappy? Why is this country going down the drain? It's because we bitch and moan over anything because we're uptight pussies. Just saying. God damn it. So sick of this. And then those atheists. The war against Christmas. I don't want to see a Christmas tree displayed in a park because it makes people happy. And I'm an unhappy atheist that never had any power or anything going on in my life. So now I have the power to turn down Christmas and make it go away. Sir, you are nothing more than a douche. Every single year, I preach my mind when it comes to these tools that bitch and moan about Christmas. If you're atheist, then I'm atheist. Either way, I find Christmas to be fun. If you're that much of an unhappy curmudgeon and you don't want to see Christmas, get a Peapod account so you don't even have to leave your house, and have your groceries delivered to you so you don't have to see other people be happy. Well, you're an unhappy schmuck that goes home and jerks off every night to Pornhub and you're alone. Because no normal person gets this offended over Christmas being displayed at shops. And no normal person is that into the idea of being atheist and proving the idea that God's not real and that Christmas shouldn't be around. Kiss my ass. So sick of this. We're so politically correct. We might as well not celebrate holidays and not give a crap. So sick of this. I'm not saying I'm going to make you go to Mass on the 24th or the 25th. And I'm not saying that I'm going to make you become Jewish and appreciate Hanukkah. Hell, you don't have to celebrate Thanksgiving if you have no friends or family to hang out with. But don't ruin it for everybody else because you want a power trip, because you have nothing going on in your life. Shut up. So sick of this. God damn it. A new survey shows that 73% of Americans are annoyed and infuriated by the early Christmas shopping season. Oh! Because when I think of issues in life, I don't think of getting a flat tire and being late to work, or getting a divorce, or having a kid die, or your dad dying. All the things that can be upsetting and infuriating and annoying about life. What I find annoying is the idea that people are happy and that there's Christmas in shops. Is that what we're really offended by? Seeing a Christmas tree? When you saw that Christmas tree and you were so offended by it and it drove you so nuts, were you not able to put the key in the ignition and drive your car and live your life? Was it so overpowering that you weren't able to pick up your fork at dinner and eat? Were you not able to focus on your work or your homework because you're so just offended and you're so drawn away by the Christmas displays? Or is this a case of everybody being upset over everything because we're uptight pussies? Maybe it's just me, but I think it's the latter point. This was conducted by creditcards.com, which sounds like a very reliable website. Let's go to creditcards.com. We're not going to be ripped off. It says here that the majority of Americans, 54%, finish their shopping in December, while 21% finish in November. All right. My guy, Kevin Holly, is on the phone, and this won't be a prank call, so. Happy hour. What's up, Kevin?
This is actually Angel. I'm your number one fan. I want to tell you I love you so much. I want to climb up and down that tall body of yours.
I appreciate it, Kevin. Anything you want to say? Are you going to do an awful impersonation of a hack character?
No, I've got nothing, man.
What is your take on people being offended over Christmas?
I think that's ridiculous, man. Why be offended over anything, man? Just shut up, you know? Come on.
Out of all the issues, Kevin, out of everything we have in this country, it seems to be that Christmas should be the thing that makes us happy, but everybody's up in arms. You know what I mean?
Exactly, man. You know, it's like people are, we go to Big Lots and they've got Christmas stuff out already. It should be Halloween stuff. Give me a break.
But then they're bitching in August when the outfits and everything for Halloween is up, so nobody's ever happy. And then you're mad when the things for the 4th of July are up in May. It's just People need to realize that we buy it either way and that it's never going to change. And if you're offended by it, you're not original and you're not impressing anybody. You know what I mean?
I hear you, man. You know what? Go Redskins. That's all I can say. That's all I got, man.
Have a great night, and I appreciate you giving me a call, Angel, a.k.a. Kevin Holly of the Kevin Holly Podcast. All right, have a good night. That was my guy, Kevin Holly. Once again, trying to pull a zinger with a prank call. Didn't work because I know his number because I saved it in Google Voice, so I know who calls. All right, also in the article, it says that people think that Christmas should be put up December 1st. Well, that's not going to happen because you have Black Friday and enough money is being made by putting Christmas up now when it's being recorded on October 7th, 2016. If these consumers weren't buying things and these shops and the big lots and places like Walmart weren't making money, people wouldn't be putting it up. All right, we have another call on Happy Hour. Maybe the third time's the charm. Happy Hour, who's this? Happy Hour, who's this?
Hey, Tim from Newport Richie.
What do you have to say, Tim from Newport Richie?
I hear you making fun of Hanukkah a lot.
I wasn't making fun of Hanukkah. I was saying...
Making fun of Hanukkah? I'm going to come down to the studio, wrap those headphones around your neck, give you 2 knuckle sandwiches that aren't kosher. You get me?
You gotta love people that call radio shows. I deal with it a lot whenever I've answered phones for any show. People are so passionate over it that it's actually inspiring if it's a prank call to a radio show or if it's a legit call. I'm actually always inspired because they have more passion for radio than me right now because I view it as a job and I love every second. But whenever these people say these mean things on the phone or these mean tweets or these mean emails where they go to RyanHoppyRadio.com and take the time to fill out the form, it's literally inspiring. It's like, it's not that you feel better about yourself, but you go, man, if I had as much passion as that dude for actually doing something with my life, maybe I'll be Bill Gates. I just love haters now. I used to really get affected by it. And I used to be the guy. There was actually one day after I was made fun of on the previous show in Cleveland. Of course, it was over a girl I had no chance with. That I actually went home and slept facing the wall, and I think I cried a little bit. Now, with all the hate I get, if I do get hate, I embrace it because you're taking the time to reach out. It's flattering. It's actually inspiring. I actually keep a journal entry of everybody that ever calls. It's very flattering. All right. I was going to plug the phone number, but why not? 856-49-HOPPY. That's 856-49-HOPPY. Tweet at me at Ryan Hoppy Radio. And get the Hoppy Radio app in the Google Play and iPhone shop by searching up Hoppy Radio. Hoppe Radio. And there you can chat me live and listen anywhere in the world. All right, here's the deal. We're going to come back on Happy Hour and wrap everything up. But first, I'm going to tell you what's coming up. Clowns are losing their professional business and sales by the minute because of the creepy clowns that are trying to lure kids into the woods. So we have that, and we have a tourist who is Dutch, a tourist, who is spending 3 months overseas doing hard labor because he pulled a certain prank. So we will get to that and more after this. Do not touch that computer mouse, that tablet, however the hell you are listening to.
Happy Hour.
What up? What is happening? This is Ryan Hoppy from the award-winning Happy Hour podcast, and I'm here today to talk about my new sponsor, Simply Prepaid of Gulfport, which carries T-Mobile, Go Smart Mobile. Thank you, Charles. I appreciate it, bro. You were awesome, dude. Services. All of their plans are no contract, so you don't have to worry about that. And they are powered by the T-Mobile network. They have an unlimited plan for any budget. So maybe you're behind on bills and you don't have a lot of money right now, but you want to have an unlimited plan. Trust me when I say Simply Prepaid of Gulfport is the place to go to. You can bring in your own device or take advantage of their large assortment of handsets. If you bring in your old device from another carrier, you can get a free phone with no contract if you transfer your number from the other carrier. So that is one of the most badass features about them. One of the best things about Simply Prepaid of Gulfport is they carry a full assortment of accessories for your tablet or smartphone, and they even do repairs. So maybe something is acting up with your phone and you don't know who to turn to. Trust me when I say Simply Prepaid of Gulfport is the place to go to, and they even have very convenient cell phone classes. So maybe you're behind on the whole smartphone phenomenon and you want to catch up. Maybe you need to know about it for your new job, or you just want to fit in with all the cool kids. Head on over to Simply Prepaid of Gulfport and they can hook you up with some good classes. If you tell them that Ryan Hoppe sent you, you can get a free gift with any repair or activation. And now you're probably wondering, how can I get in contact with such a great deal? They are at 5014 Gulfport Boulevard South. And if you don't know where Gulfport Boulevard South is, trust me, it's not hard. When you cross 49th Street going west on the 22nd Avenue South, it becomes Gulfport Boulevard. So it's not hard to find. It's very convenient. And trust me, Patrick and everybody at Simply Prepaid of Gulfport, they're reliable, they're humble, and they are there to help you out. If you want to call them, it's not hard. It's 727-331-1934. That is 727-331-1934. I'm a man of my word. Trust me when I say Simply Prepaid of Gulfport is the best in the Bay.
Like this.
From Chicago to Cleveland to Tampa Bay, you are plugged into Happy Hour. Tweet Ryan Hoppe at Ryan Hoppe Radio. Snapchat him at Hoppe Radio. And email him anytime at ryanhopperadio@gmail.com. Now back to the show.
Man, we're getting a ton of messages in real time on the Facebook and on the Hoppe Radio app and on Twitter about how I look like a douchebag wearing this tank top that I got for $4 at Plato's Closet for the Celtic Cruise last week. I'm a very awkward looking guy. So I feel like this shirt brings out the decent side of me. So of course I'm going to wear it when I'm on Hoppe TV. I don't know what you want. Do you want me to wear my Family Guy shirt from 2007 that I never wear because it's atrocious? No. I'll wear this for once. Because usually I'm all bundled up, wearing a very professional and just very annoying flannel. Now I'm looking decent for once. And maybe that dude is right. I look like a frat boy from the University of Phoenix. Well, you know what? Let's party it up, bro. YOLO, let's have a hurricane party and die because we didn't leave our house. All right. This music for me is what represents the next topic. When I listen to this, it reminds me of clowns. I just feel like it'd be the entrance to when a clown is at a Christmas or birthday party. Because the clown threats are no laughing matter for professional clowns, as they claim in an online community voting area. This poll said that their sales are down 40%. And let me say this about clowns. Even before all these attacks happened, I never thought clowns were adorable or cute or cool. It's not even like the Jeffrey Dahmer thing, or the John Wayne Gacy thing, rather, where he was the creepy clown from Des Plaines, Illinois. It's more the fact that you're being goofy around kids and you have makeup on and you're really excited about nothing because kids are annoying, they smell, they talk too much, they are very obnoxious. I mean, Bozo the Clown is one thing because that's a legendary show from Chicago that was syndicated. I didn't find Bozo creepy because that show is fun to watch. It's like the Blue's Clues of the 70s. But whenever I've gone to a kid's party and I see a clown there, I'm just like, ugh. It's kind of like that Modern Family episode when Cam is that clown that ends up crying. That's how you kind of feel when you see a clown. You're just like, ugh, why did they have to get that? Just get a bouncing area. Just get a trampoline for the kids. Why do you need to have a clown? All right, here's what it says. Police in the area of Pittsburgh announced Wednesday that 5 more children are being charged with making fake violent clown threats on social media. 4 of these kids were identified and charged with making threats. So altogether it's been 9. Many of the kids told the cops afterwards that it was just a joke. But for people who make their life, and for people who make their living as a clown, it's no laughing matter. Yeah, if I was a clown and I'm a legit dude that just makes money because I want to be a professional actor, I want to be a comedian, this is how I feel like I'm going to get my foot in the door, I would be very annoyed that these punk kids were like, oh my God, the clown touched me. Oh my God, the clown went with me in the woods. I would be very annoyed if I was a clown. It sounds like Clown Lives Matter is a real thing. All right, we have a call on Happy Hour. Happy Hour, who's this?
Hey, Hoppy, it's Chris in Maryland.
What's up, dude? Is this the guy from the Celtic Cruise? Are you the one from Baltimore?
Yeah, man, I just downloaded your app. Just listened to it.
Good man. What do you think of all my topics tonight, dude?
It sounds good, man. Sounds good.
What was your favorite memory? Because last week on the Celtic Cruise, it was 7 days of just madness, of forgetting that there's real life and real life issues. Out of everything, if it was hanging out with me, well, not. But out of all the things you did on the cruise, what is your favorite memory?
Probably seeing all the guys at the end of the show on Friday.
On the Lido deck.
Up there.
What did you think of that song, the Lido deck?
I think it ended the cruise perfectly.
What did you think of Ralphie May and everyone doing their comedy? I hadn't seen Ralphie May's work in a while. I grew up liking him. Dude, me and you have to agree that he lit up that room on the last night.
Yeah, I think he did. Absolutely. I think Bert was good, too. I think the guy, Devin, knocked it out of the park. I know he's a local guy, but I think he was the funniest one out of all of them.
Devin Siebold knocked it out of the park, dude. Watch for that name, man. I was talking to him a lot on the cruise, and I've seen him at comedy clubs here in town. That dude's an up-and-comer. Trust me when I say Tampa Bay is full of comedy. Baltimore, too. Baltimore has a ton of local comedy. Those are markets to look out for. Not Los Angeles or Chicago, where there's a ton of fish in a big sea. To me, the cities that aren't as big of markets, like Tampa and Baltimore, that's where the big fish in the small ponds take over, you know?
Absolutely. I know. I talked to Bert. He's coming up next month, so can't wait to swing up and see him, too.
Did you end up seeing the picture, and I will tweet it out again, at Ryan Hoppe Radio of me and the Speedo? Were you there for that?
No, I wasn't. I saw the picture, but I wasn't there.
Dude, it was in the Lido deck on the 10th floor. It was the most amazing thing because everybody was so uncomfortable. And this was on Saturday. It was the last day, so nobody's around. Everybody's inside, just recovering. So it wasn't like it was a crowded area, and I'm so tall that they noticed, and I was in the front row. So it's sort of like when you're looking at that big TV in the Lido deck, the first thing you see is this giant in a Speedo that looks like underwear. It was the greatest thing ever.
I think that was awkward as it was, but didn't Bert put suntan lotion on you too?
Yes, Bird. Did you see that video of Bird putting the suntan lotion on me?
Yeah, it made it even creepier.
No, you know what the creepiest thing was? And I'm going to say this lightly because you can go to the Mike Kelter Show on Facebook and see it. But did you see the video of everybody at a fancy dinner just eating, and then it's me, and there's 2 fingers up like it's a field goal post in football, and I was pretending to do oral sex? Did you see that video? Yeah, you kind of missed that one. It's on the Mike Kelter Show Facebook page. It was when we were out to eat, no pun intended, and we were talking about sex because that's what we talked about a lot, and I was like, yeah, I'm really good at it. So the girl was like, here, pretend my vagina is my 2 fingers, and I went to town, dude. It was ridiculous.
Oh, man, good times on the cruise.
Hell yeah, bro. I will see you next year. Is there anything you want to promote? Anything going on in Baltimore, the city that gets too much hate?
And I don't know, man. I just want to disagree with your buddy Kevin and say go Ravens this weekend.
Hell yeah, dude. I like the Ravens. I like Baltimore. Do you think they get a bad rap because that fan got beat up last weekend by the Raiders fan? What is it about Baltimore and violence?
I don't know. I think those two ended up coming down from New York anyway. They weren't even from Baltimore, but I don't know. There's a lot of bad parts, but I don't know. It's not that bad. It's really not.
I feel like out of all the ghettos in America, like Camden, New Jersey, and Gary, Indiana, I feel like Baltimore is livable. Like, you have Townsend, and I know you have good food there, and the water's pretty. I feel like Baltimore, everybody thinks about the riots and that piece of dirt, see you next Tuesday, of a mayor that you guys have, that imbecile. I feel like the city gets way too much hate, you know?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, there's some bad parts. They made some bad decisions, but, I mean, you're going to have violence everywhere. I'm not too close to the city, so I kind of stay away from that. I'm over an hour from the city, so I only go there when I need to.
Dude, that mayor is such a moron. She was voted the worst mayor in all of America by Gawker, dude. I know you're an hour away, but everybody in Maryland has to agree that she is the worst major market mayor in this country.
I can't disagree.
Well, dude, I appreciate you giving me the call, and spread the word in Baltimore. I feel like since 98 Rock is up there and Elliot in the Morning is in D.C. and the Junkies are in D.C., I feel like that's an area where this type of talk radio would thrive. So spread the word, bro. You too, dude. All right, peace. That was my guy, Chris Miller. Got to hang out with him on the Celtic Cruise number 10, which, by the way, was the best week of my life. Oh, my God. Thanks to Mike Olivero and Rob Gargiulo and Mike Kelta for that opportunity. That was unreal. I was thinking about it because I was so anxious during that whole week because it didn't seem like real life that I was on a cruise hanging out with legit comedians, and Mike Kelta was being very generous and very awesome to me. These last few days, I've been meditating, and that was the best week of my life. But anyway, call the show. 856-49-HOPPY. That's 856-49-HOPPY. All right. So basically, going back to the article, these kids and teens are pretending that clowns were touching them and clowns were losing businesses. And, man, if I was a legit clown and I've been making bank off of that, I would be annoyed right now at everything going on. If you are a clown and you want to defend your trade that you do in life, call the show. 856-49-HOPPY. That's 856-49-HOPPY. Tweet at me at Ryan Hoppy Radio. And you can get the Hoppy Radio app in the Google Play and iPhone shop by searching up Hoppy Radio. Hoppe Radio. Right, here's the deal. We're going to come back and wrap everything up on Hoppy Hour after this. Do not touch that computer mouse, that tablet, however the hell you are listening to.
Happy Hour. Happy Hour.
What's up? This is Ryan Hoppy from Hoppy Hour, and I have a very special shout out to one of the sponsors of this award-winning podcast. Nicholas Seymour from Duluth, Minnesota, is the owner of Soli's Graphics. What's up? I see that Brittany Lee is watching this, and she is engaged to someone that lives in Sarasota with the name Ryan Hoppy, so that's awesome. This award-winning podcast while supporting small business here in America. Or maybe you have a band, a company, a freelancing project, and you want to have your logo made into a nice, badass decal. Nick is down for making deals, and he is very good at negotiating. If you want to get into contact with Nick, it's not hard. Trust me. He will answer your call real quick, and he is one of the nicest guys I know. His number is 330-419-0691. That is 330-419-0691. Or you can send him an email, solisdesign@gmail.com. That is solisdesign@gmail.com. And to check out Happy Hour decals for just $4, go to tinyurl.com/happyhourdecal. That is tinyurl.com/happyhourdecal. And when you talk to my guy, Nick, just say that Ryan Hoppe sent you, and he will give you a badass deal. Trust my word, pimps. Nick Seymour of Soli's Graphics is the best around.
Now back to the show.
All right, we're about to wrap everything up on Happy Hour. Call the show, 856-49-HOPPY. That's 856-49-HOPPY. And tweet at me at Ryan Hoppe Radio. And if you're listening on demand, RyanHoppeRadio@gmail.com. This has been a record-breaking number for how many calls I've had. I've had all 4. Yeah! I'm going to go home and then relax and pop some champagne because it's a party, y'all. But I know you're sad. And you can't admit that Happy Hour is about to end. But like everything in life, all things must come to an end.
It's time for last call.
Ow! Ow! Ow, I just hurt myself. All right. You hear that black box? Oh, I'm a fan of black boxes. Get it? It's a double entendre. Happy Hour is about to end. It's not hard to listen to me anywhere in the world. I don't care if you're in Cleveland, Tampa Bay, Chicago, Auckland, New Zealand, London, where we are getting great listens. Grand Rapids, Portland, San Jose, Texas as well, San Antonio. If you can listen to me anywhere in the world, do it. Get the Hoppe Radio app in the Google Play and iPhone shop by searching up Hoppe Radio, Hoppe Radio, and there you can chat me live as well. Go to my website, RyanHoppeRadio.com, and there you can see everything I've been up to, and there's a little entry form. But you can also email me, RyanHoppeRadio@gmail.com, and guess what my Twitter could be? Ryan Hoppe Radio. This show has been brought to you by Soli's Graphics out of Duluth, Minnesota. My guy, Nicholas Seymour, will hook you up with some decals. Or do you have decals of your own that you want made? It's not hard. Go to tinyurl.com/happyhourdecal. That's tinyurl.com/happyhourdecal. That's just $2. Go to 5014 Gulfport Boulevard South. That is 5014 Gulfport Boulevard South. Simply prepay to T-Mobile. They will hook you up with a great deal and great smartphones. I am very proud that they are my show sponsor. They are at 5014 Gulfport Boulevard South, and call them at 727-331-1934. That's 727-331-1934. This has also been brought to you by Tampa Image Factory and my guy, Joe Sale, who took those really cool press shots for Happy Hour. To get into contact with him, call him at 813-417-2626. That's 813-417-2626, and go to TampaImageFactory.com for more info. And tell him that I sent you for a great deal. Finally, if we're not friends on Facebook, but you want to see me in a very awkward way do a video portion of Happy Hour, it's not hard. Go to tinyurl.com/happyhourlive. That is tinyurl.com/happyhourlive. I am out of breath, and I feel like I've whored myself out enough when it comes to plugging on the show. So Happy Hour has come to an end. I appreciate you listening, and if you're listening in Florida, please be safe. And if they say to evacuate because of Hurricane Matthew, get the fuck out of there. This has been Happy Hour. I am your host, Ryan Hoppe, saying peace out. Ow!
Happy Hour. Happy Hour is now over, but you can always listen 20